You said in the Rose Garden, the day after the attack, it was an act of terror. It was not a spontaneous demonstration. Is that what you're saying?
Please proceed, Governor.
I want to make sure we get that for the record, because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
So what was it that the president actually said at the Rose Garden on the 12th of September? He said no acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation. But that came at the end of his remarks, and it's unclear, at least in many people's minds, whether that was a direct reference to the attack of the Benghazi consulate. Now, as for Candy Crowley there, interjecting herself into the debate, a lot of Republicans very upset about that. They perceived her as taking sides.
But there was one really critical issue in this debate, the Libya question. Obama was completely at sea. He was asked about the security in Libya, at Benghazi. He didn't even try to answer because he had no answer. Instead, he went on and on about how we're going to catch these guys. Romney, I think, had a huge opening that he missed. Obama ended by saying, you know, I'm offended by the implication that we would mislead. The obvious retort was, mislead? You sent out your UN ambassador to mislead America on 5 television shows in one morning, implying it was about a video, talking about a riot. There was none. There wasn't a video involved in this issue in Benghazi. And then there was one tactical error that Romney made, which was he kept asking the president questions. Every lawyer knows you never ask a question for which you don't already have the answer in hand. And that gave Obama a chance to counterpunch. We got Candy Crowley's intervention, which was essentially incorrect, supporting Obama on the transcript. He did not call it a terror incident. There was a big opening that was missed. I think it was contaminated by the actions of the moderator.
For what's taking place there, because these are my folks, and I'm the one who has to greet those coffins when they come home.
I think the president just said correctly that the buck does stop at his desk, and he takes responsibility for that, for the failure in providing those security resources, and those terrible things may well happen from time to time. There were many days that passed before we knew whether this was a spontaneous demonstration or actually whether it was a terrorist attack. And there was no demonstration involved. It was a terrorist attack. And it took a long time for that to be told to the American people. But I find more troubling than this, that on the day following the assassination of a United States ambassador, the first time that's happened since 1979, when we have 4 Americans killed there, when apparently we didn't know what happened, that the president, the day after that happened, flies to Las Vegas for a political fundraiser, then the next day to Colorado for another event, another political event.